Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Hunter Swain. I'm a longtime friend of Pastor Courtney and Felicia. I'm also a youth pastor in Amarillo, Texas, which is in the panhandle of Texas, up near New Mexico and Colorado. And, me and Courtney were talking last week, and we thought it'd be awesome to have each other share something with the other person's group. And so I just want to come on here really, really quick to just kind of share an encouragement with you guys. I had a friend of mine asked me yesterday, actually. He said, if you could say anything to your younger self, what would you say? And so I thought about it, and instantly it came to my mind because I already know the answer. It was the thing that I think I most struggled with as a young man. And what I would tell my younger self and what I would tell you as young people is that the things that you may think are going to fulfill you and you're going to find satisfaction, and the things that the world are telling you that you're going to find, peace and satisfaction and joy in, and fulfillment, is not where it's at. And I lived my whole life, as a young man, trying to find that fulfillment, whether it be through relationships, whether it be through popularity, whether it be through, talents or gifts or skills, or, looks, everything, man. I tried, guys, everything you could think of to try to fill that void in me, to try to give me that joy and try to make me feel better about myself and try to give me that fulfillment in life. But all of it left me empty. And let me just tell you, again, I had everything that a young man could possibly want. And it got to a place where, I was not being fulfilled. And then finally, there was an opportunity where, I was a top recruit in football in my area. And so I had a university in Louisiana, a Division I school. They contacted me and they wanted to fly me out there to see their campus, show me around, kind of like treat me and convince me to go to their school, right? And so I went out there and I remember thinking, man, this is going to be it. Like, this is where I'm finally, that high school stuff just wasn't enough for me. Like, I'm going to be with the college kids now, and I'm going to be, they're going to treat me like a star. This is where I'm going to finally, feel that complete peace and that fulfillment in life. And I remember doing it, and it was fun. It was a blast. We were going to all the clubs and parties, and it was crazy. And I remember sitting on my hotel bedroom that night and just thinking, oh my gosh, this is the emptiest thing I've ever felt, right? In the moment that I thought it was the best thing ever, the best thing I've experienced, it was gone just like that. And it left me empty again and left me searching for something else and something more. Because listen, trying to find fulfillment in anything other than God, trying to find peace or joy or satisfaction in anything other than a relationship with God is like trying to pour water into a strainer. If you know what a strainer is, it's like if you've ever made spaghetti or macaroni and cheese, you've got to pour the noodles and the water in there and all the water comes out, but the solid stuff stays here, right? That's what it's like trying to get filled with the things of the world. It feels good for a second, when people praise you, when people, talk good about you, when you're popular, when you look good, or, when you do something well, or you're even doing something sinful. It may feel good for just a second, but let me tell you, and you know what I'm talking about. It goes just like that. It's gone in an instant. But so it was in that moment that I finally started my search of, man, I have got to give myself to something greater. There must be something outside of me, something outside of this universe, right, that is going to fulfill me, that is going to satisfy me. A man named C.S. Lewis, and you guys probably know him, he wrote the Chronicles of Narnia. And he said this, he said, if I find inside of myself desires that the things of the world can't satisfy, the only explanation that makes sense is that I was made for a different world. And that's the truth for me and you. We were made for a different world. We were made for a world where we know God and God knows us and we live in relationship with Him. That's where the most peace and joy and fulfillment and security and anything we could possibly think of will come from. And so I want to encourage you guys, listen, it's not in the world. You know, it's not in sin. It's not in what they tell you that it's going to be. It's not what Satan tries to tempt you and think it's going to be. It's in God alone, and having a relationship with him. It produces an everlasting life and joy and fulfillment inside of you. And listen, there's not a day goes by that I feel empty anymore. I feel full. I feel satisfied. Even on my worst days, I know that I have a God that loves me, and I am full and complete in him. And so I want to encourage you guys with that. Seek God. It's not in anything else. Listen, I don't know what you're going through. I don't know where you're at in your life, what you may be struggling with, what your temptations are, where you feel insecure, where you feel not enough, where you feel lacking or empty. But let me just tell you, having Jesus in your life will heal that, restore that, change that, and guide you and help you along the way. Amen. All right, guys. Hey, listen, thank you so much for listening today. You guys have some amazing, amazing leaders and pastors in Courtney and Felicia. They're amazing people of God. And so I know if you guys continue to, listen to what they're saying to you and what they're sharing, I believe that your life and your relationship with God will be absolutely transformed. Amen. God bless you guys.